So if the value is empty and we refresh, let's say it still shows IT department, which is not supposed to show that. So what we'll actually do is, if it is empty, it should be empty, right? If it is empty, it should be empty, but when there's an information, it should actually populate here, right? Now the information is the fields are empty. So what we'll do is we'll write for each loop to actually loop through the result value and populate that. So for each result as an employee, what we want to do is we want to copy the whole of these variables, because we want to give them values, right? If the value exists, we want to give them values. So I'll say employee, and we have the employee username. I didn't start up here. We have employee, and we have the employee's full name. Mind you, this information comes from these full names. This full name, username are values from the database, right? Are the fields from the database. So we have full name, username, right? We want to get all of that, so they are the fields from the database. So we have employee, and we have the employee's email. Do same employee and the employee's number. Employee, and we have the employee's gender. For biography, we have, instead of bio, we have biography, because in the database we have biography, not bio, right? Employee, and here we have the matrix, the employee, and we have the address of the employee. We have the employee, and we have the employee's department. Now what we have done is we have populated these variables with data, which means if this variable is set, print the values which will be assigned to this variable, right? In this case it won't be empty, it will be the user's information for this ID. So let us check and see if that is actually what we get. So we'll go to the dashboard and click on this guy. You see that if we click on this guy, we have all his information with his department actually being selected, right? So if I go back and I look for a different department, let's say this guy, which actually is from quality assurance, his department is quality assurance. So if I click on him, it gives quality assurance, right? And everything is okay, right? Everything is okay. So you see that what we have actually done is, this is what we have done. Let me do a recap. What we have actually done is, in our dashboard, right, when we get all the users or all the employees, in our edit button we are linking to our index.php. we are inside the loop, right, before each loop, and we have access to all the employees information, right? All of these fields, these database fields. So we are looping through that information, and here we are linking to index.php, which is this file, which is a registration file, index.php, and we are passing in an employee ID using the get method, right? So we are passing in the employee's ID, and it's being stored in a get variable called employee ID. So if we go to this file, what we're actually checking is, since this file actually by default, when we just click here, it goes to index.php, which is to create a new user, right? So to create a new user. So since by default this file has to be empty, so what we're trying to check is we're saying that if an employee ID has been passed, right? If an employee ID has been passed, what we want to do is we store that employee's ID in a variable called ID, right? And we'll write an SQL statement that selects the employees in the database. It selects all the employees in the database where the ID is equal to the ID that has been passed, right? Where the ID is equal to this ID variable. So we'll get the record, and we use our get data method, which is a method which has been declared in our employee class that gets data from the database and return it in an associative array, right? It returns it in an array. So that value will be gotten and stored in a result variable. Now what we want to do is we want to loop through that result and update our variables, since these variables are what we are actually printing here, right? So we'll call the username variable and we'll update it, so that in this case when the variable is being set, when the employee's ID is being set, these our full name variables, username, all these variables will be updated and given a value, so that here we'll be able to print a value only when the employee ID has been set, right? So that is it, right? And in the next tutorial, what we'll be doing is we'll see how we can actually process this information, how we can process this employee's data, right, and update the user's information, right? So see you guys in the next tutorial, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video, right? Thank you very much and have a nice day.